Welcome to Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Josh. With me, Viking Dave. What is going on, David? Are you done with the video?
All I hear is you fucking complaining. It's all you do. All you do is complain about me, and I'm over it. I'm tired of it.
I didn't complain about you. I just asked. Is the video over?
We're 1 minute away, Dave. Are you ready? Dave's fine. Guess what? He's here.
Dave has showed up. Dave is here. I'm so happy, and we're all here on this beautiful Wednesday night. As always, we are live on YouTube on the Fins Talk Sports Network. Follow them on Twitter at Fins Talk Sports Network. Follow me on Twitter as well at Josh Kimmel OUS. Follow Dave at Viking Dave 18. Welcome back to the Scott Fishbowl chat, buddy. Welcome back. I know you got invited back to our chat, so nice to see you.
I'm back.
For all you audio listeners, go to our YouTube page. You can go to youtube.com. I'm sure you can search the Fins Talk Sports Network, and we're right there live. So if you ever want to interact with the show, comment on the show, Chris, I'm talking to you, please come aboard and join in on the conversation. Tonight, we are having a little player debate. Last week kind of got me going, got me into the offseason. Now we're moving into the redraft, and I want to debate on these ADPs of these certain players. And man, I just went down the ADP list for the first time this year, and I was surprised on some of these, so I had to put them up there. We'll get to those soon, very soon, guys. But first, I have trivia. Trivia. So, Dave, I hope you're ready. Bobby, if you're in the background, you can play as well. Since 2012, that's right, 10 years, 10 seasons, there has been 12 different tight ends. Only 12 has recorded a 1,000-yard season in ever. So
hold on. So since 2012,
there's been 12 different tight ends. So, for example, you're going to get this first one right. Travis Kelce. He's done it X amount of times. So he counts as one of the 12.
Yes.
Okay. So
over the last 10 years, 10, 11 years,
there's only been 12 tight ends to ever reach
1,000 yards.
1,000 yards in a single season.
Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, George Kittle.
Can you chill and let me?
No, I'm getting the easy ones off the board. Those are easy.
Pitts,
Kittle, Mark Andrews.
Okay, that's 3, right?
Yes.
No, did it twice, by the way. Andrews only once, Pitts only once.
Okay, so that's 4 total. And there's 12?
Kelce did it 7 times.
Okay, well, you said there's 12 different players.
Yeah, there's 12. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 players left.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
These are the hard ones.
I don't know of any other players that have got 1,000 yards for tight ends.
Difficult, right?
Gronk's got to be one.
Gronk did it 3 times in the past.
Jimmy Graham's got to probably be one if he's back then.
Jimmy Graham did it once.
Only once?
In the past 10 years.
Okay, so that's 6, so I'm halfway there.
I'll give you a hint. One is considered a top 5 tight end. 1, 2,
Waller?
3, 4. Waller's one of them, did it twice.
That's right. I forgot he did it.
The rest of these guys are way past their prime or retired. There's only one active player.
Ooh, Ertz?
Ertz did it one time.
Yeah. Okay,
so the rest of them are all retired. 2 of them are on TV or were on TV. One of them was a freaking darling of mine. I love one of these guys. And one of these guys, I told you about it at the Volkswagen dealership, and I told you to grab this guy as a waiver wire pickup.
Oh. God. What is his name? I'm not going to think of it. I know it. God, the Browns player. What's his name?
The Browns player.
Did he play for the Browns?
Yes, Gary. I'll give you Gary Barnidge.
Barnidge. I was thinking, yes, something Edge. I knew it was Edge in it.
He did it one time. It was his 1-year wonder. Now there's 3 guys. There's probably 2 Hall of Famers on this list and 1 really, really, really good player.
Gates isn't on there, is he?
No, Gates is on.
It's too old. Okay, that's what I thought. You said Hall of Famers?
2 Hall of Famers? I would say 2.
Witten.
Jason Witten did it one time.
Okay. So I need 1 more.
Well, you need 2 more. The Hall of Famer and then this really, really good player.
Vernon Davis isn't one, is he?
No. Close, though. Close. Very close.
I know he get close.
Tony Gonzalez?
Nope. Tony Gonzalez? Nope.
This isn't 1998, man. Calm down.
You said Antonio Gates, man. Don't talk that
shit. Gates retired like 3 years ago. What are you talking about? Oh, man.
This
Hall
guy,
of Famer.
The Hall of Famer is on TV still. This should give it away. And the other guy is a very, very, very good tight end that was never elite, but he played for the 49ers and the Titans. There, I gave it
Not
to you.
Delaney Walker.
Delaney Walker, one time.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought about him, but I didn't think he did it.
And I can't believe
Okay.
this one last guy. I'll give you a hint.
He's on TV.
Well, that's the biggest hint. Like that should give it away. I know
know.
people are listening right now screaming the answers. This is the school he went to.
Oh, shocking.
No, not shock. What is this? 1998? Come on.
Well, he went to Miami, not Winslow. Was it Winslow?
Kellen Winslow. Did he go to Miami?
Yes,
Not
Winslow.
but he's not on TV. I think he's in jail.
No, not. He went to Florida. He's dead.
No, Kellen Winslow. Aaron Hernandez. Winslow. He said he's dead. What the? He said he's
Wow.
dead.
Well, I mean, but this guy's not dead.
He played for Miami.
I think he went to Miami. Let me look it up real quick. I'm pretty sure.
This guy doesn't even know who he played for.
I know he played for Miami. I still want to be wrong. I don't know transfer portals and stuff.
And he's on TV. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm confused.
If you look up his name, it says American sports commentator. That's crazy.
For what network then? Because I don't know.
I can tell you what network. That gives
Not Jimmy Graham, right?
I already said him though.
Oh, okay.
All right. What if I gave you his teams? The teams he played for.
You can try.
All right. I know he played for the Panthers. I know he played for the Bears. What else?
Greg.
Greg
yes,
Olsen.
there it is.
Greg Olsen. Come on, guys. Yeah, Greg Olsen.
Who's not in jail or dead. So
I
know that.
When you
He's
said
on
on TV, I thought you meant like he's like a pregame guy. I didn't realize you were talking about like he's a play-by-play guy. So okay.
Yeah, he's on TV.
Either way, I got like 10 out of those. Like
you got the easy ones.
good.
You got the easy ones.
I got almost all of them without hints.
I had to give a lot of
hints. You said Hall of Famers.
I had to walk you there. I had to turn on like the easy mode for you. I had to walk you there to the answers.
Whatever.
But all I'm saying is, and this became about because somebody in our little group of chats would say that Kyle Pitts is a bust. I was like, there's no way. There's no way anyone could think he's a bust. He's one of only 12 players to reach 1,000 yards in a season in the past 10 years. That's incredible for Kyle Pitts. And just because he had one down year trust me, everyone in that offense had a down year. That team only threw the ball no times a game. He has to improve and get back to where he was. That was my whole point of this. Year, though. He was bad. He let a lot of people down. And my question to you, with these new Scott Fishbowl rules, an extra point for tight ends, an extra point for tight end catches, extra point for
I was looking at the stats today, actually just a little bit ago, about like projections. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. I haven't been on Twitter much. I have not.
Kelsey's up there for sure.
Yeah, Kelsey's up there. But if Kyle Pitts can get back to his rookie season, where he didn't get 1,000 yards, he had all those targets, is he worth drafting over the majority of these tight ends? He's not. You don't think so?
I don't think I'm not gonna take him that high. Not like first round or second round, probably.
No. Definitely not.
But I'm just talking about. But the thing is, I don't know when to take him now. Like, yeah, he's still got super good upside. But
I'll tell you where I'm thinking about taking him, because I do have the 101 in the Orlando.
At the 2-3 turn.
I'm taking him on because it's not a 2-3 turn. It's third round reversal. So I only get 2 picks.
Oh, so at the end of the third?
End of the third is where I'm going to try to grab him if I can.
Yeah.
Because then, that's the goal. That's what I'm going to try to do. But because I'm not taking
high,
Kelsey.
though.
But I will tell you this: a lot of people in the 101 chat are talking about taking Kelsey 101 because of this Scott Fish.
Do it.
It'd be a good pick.
I'm kind of hoping to get. It's not a bad pick. I want one of those top QBs. I think I want one. Their scoring is way high. I still love to get Jefferson, which I could probably get at 7.
I did mention I've already put myself on a limb for all you people watching. I did tell everyone before the rules even came out with Scott Fishbowl rules. I said I'm taking Justin Jefferson 1. I'm going to gritty back to my bar stool. And I want people to
videotape it for everybody. You guys can. You're welcome.
And I do a phenomenal gritty. It's pretty good. You've seen it.
I've seen it once. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Pretty good.
Nope, it was pretty awful.
Well, that's what we're going to do. Speaking about gritting, we're going to get right into our player debates. One guy did a gritty last year a couple times. Kirk Cousins, your boy.
Yeah.
He's going ADP 11 overall at quarterback, and I'm taking Tua in this showdown, who's going 13th as of the quarterbacks. I gave you an option on each of these showdowns. Which player do you want to defend? And I'll just do the counter argument. So you just decided you wanted Kirk Cousins.
Well, first off, you gave me the option of Daniel Jones, which I did not want.
Who was also being drafted ahead of Tua.
I agree, and I don't like that at all.
So I didn't understand that whatsoever either. But so tell me why. Tell me why you'd want Kirk Cousins over someone like a Tua.
Well, if I'm being honest, I'd prefer Tua.
Hold on, let's go. Well, I prefer a lot of these players that you
That's the truth, because I think he's got more upside. But that being said, Cousins every year is like a top 12 quarterback. He's very consistent. He almost never just completely shits on you. He doesn't get hurt. And he's going to be a top 10 to 12 quarterback every single year. There's almost no downside to that. They added another weapon. The second half of the season, he was even better with Hawkinson. Just everything's pointing up for the Vikings offense. I don't know how the defense is going to look and how the team as a whole is, but the offensively, they should be very good again. I don't see that dropping off much, at all, to be honest. So if you just want a safe guy that you can get, unless you're talking about Superflex, obviously it's different. If you just want to wait and draft a quarterback super late, nobody loves Cousins because everyone's like, oh, he's blah blah blah. He's super good for fantasy. He's always very, very good for fantasy. Okay, yeah, he's not going to give you Hurts or Mahomes or Josh Allen. He's not top 5. No one's asking him to be that. But that you can get almost every one QB league. If I can get Cousins way late as my guy, I'm happy as crap with that. So that's all I mean. There's not a lot to say about him. I do like Tua a lot because he does have a lot of upside. He was playing really, really well. But you have to worry about the injuries. You have to worry about the concussion. They average. I was looking at it, and what I see is almost their average was almost exactly the same. But you do have to account for obviously, Tua missed some games or started really early and missed some. So who knows what that would have been. Either way, I just think if you're going between these two, you want a safe pick with still still really, really good player. You would rather have Cousins.
I can agree with you that he's safe and that he's very vanilla and that he'll get the job done. He's never going to kill you. He didn't kill you at all last week. Well, last year he did. He gave you one dud. Week 11 against Dallas, he scored 2.2 points.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It was a very awful game. But other than that, he gave you double-digit fantasy points in every single game. He finished the season strong. He won you championships. People forget what Kirk Cousins did in the playoffs last year. Even I forgot. He crushed it in the playoffs. Week 14, he scored 25 points, 5th overall. Week 15, he scored 34.4, 3rd overall. In week 16, 24.2, 6th overall. He literally crushed it for you, and he can put up those numbers when he gets hot. So I cannot argue on that, where he's very, very, very good, but he doesn't give you those 40-point games. He's not going to give you those big games, and that's where I kind of lean towards Tua, where you mentioned it already. He does have that upside. He does have that skill to push the ball downfield because he can. Let's be honest here. We have Justin Jefferson on one side with TJ Hawkinson, very good player as well. We don't know what's going to be with Addison. We just don't know. On Tua's side, we know Tyreek's one of the best players in the world, and Waddle is one of the best players in the world. Pair those together, you put any quarterback not named Skylar Thompson and Teddy Bridgewater back there, I think that they'll be halfway decent. Too bad that the backups last year were complete inept and trash. Tua is going to crush any kind of defense that the AFC gives him, especially when they're playing man defense. He was number 1 in completion percentage against the man. Ironically, Kirk Cousins was number 1 against the zone. So if you add them together, they're like the perfect quarterback. That's all I can tell you. Pop quiz. Who had more rushing yards last year? Kirk Cousins or Tua?
Probably Cousins.
Cousins had 97. Tua had 70. You're not going to get a lot on the ground from either quarterback, so they're kind of dead even right there. Running abilities are very limited, if you want that top 5 quarterback, you need that rushing floor of at least 300 to 400 yards. They're not going to hit that. They're just not. The big difference in their numbers, because they're very similar, these two quarterbacks. The biggest difference is the yards per attempt, which is Tua's is 8.9. Kirk's is only 7.1. That's almost a 2-yard difference. That's kind of big when it comes to fantasy points, and fantasy points per attempt. You want that a lot higher, and Tyreek gives you that. Justin Jefferson does too. He really does. But he's not a burner like Tyreek, and Justin Jefferson doesn't have that complement of a Jalen Waddle. That's what we think and we hope. We think and we hope. He hasn't really Thielen with Justin Jefferson was good, never elite, never took over games. He was good for half a season, then always fell off. Whereas Waddle and Tyreek can just go all. I mean, I don't know. Waddle kind of sucked without Tua. My last argument about Tua, he's going 2 spots after Kirk Cousins when it's the quarterback position. We always want value. And what do we say? Do you really think you're drafting Kirk Cousins at his ceiling? I believe he's never going to be up there. But I think Tua, before he got hurt, he was top 6, top 5. He was up there. Kirk Cousins has never been up there. He's always been in the middle of the road. That's why I want that high upside, and I know you agree on that.
Yeah.
So, end of the day, that's why I'm taking Tua. Bobby, Tua, Kirk Cousins, you still there?
Yes, I am here. It's a tough one, but you know what? And it's gonna be bad because of Miami, but I'm gonna roll with Kirk Cousins.
Dang.
Smart guy.
Down 0-1. I don't agree with that, Bobby. That's okay. You people over in the chat, in the comments, please let me know who you guys decide. I think it's gonna be Tua. I hope he doesn't get hurt again. I hope. Let's go over to the wide receivers, where it's a lot more controversial, a lot more. I'm surprised on this one too. It's Jerry Jeudy, Denver Broncos, going 22 overall in the wide receiver position versus Terry McLaurin, 26, drafted after Jerry Jeudy. Which player did you decide, and who are you taking, Dave?
I decided to take Jeudy, mostly because I'm not a big McLaurin fan, and I still think Jeudy has a better ceiling. Although McLaurin has been really, really good in his career. His whole career has been just like hit or miss. Like I'm looking at them last year. Jeudy, hold on, I'm gonna look at McLaurin's total stats.
Don't be looking at my guy's total stats.
First of all, calm down.
You just
He's had
worry about your guy.
1,000 yards, 1,100 yards.
You worry about your guy.
Can you calm down? Can you let me do my job? Wow, that's TDs. 5. So he's low. He's a low TD guy. It's fine. But he's good. Like, he's a good player. He's just really inconsistent. And, I can say the same thing about Jerry Jeudy, right? Like, he's never even had a 1,000-yard year. I do think he had almost 1,000 last year. I just think I would rather have Jerry Jeudy, who was not even that great. And dang, I didn't realize two of his first 3 games were awful. Like bad.
You take away that 40-point game, Jerry Jeudy is nothing.
A 40-point game.
Jerry Jeudy had 1 40-point game. Take that away, he's 0. He's
Where
a 0.
Did he have a 40-point game?
I could have swore he had a 40-point game.
He had a 33-point game.
33-point game. It depends, I guess, what scoring you looked at. But I did look at Player Profiler, and he had a 1 week where he scored bananas. What was it? 40, 33, something like that. And without that, he didn't do anything. He was 33
completely
points.
Wrong. Completely wrong.
Okay, completely wrong. All these 2.2, 3.7, 8.3, 8.4, 0. All these games where he was phenomenal. But with that 133-point game, which he'll never do again. He never has done it before. And after that, he followed up with a 14. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, wide receiver 2, buddy. Good job. Other than that, he's not spectacular.
You want to talk about? We can see the same thing from Terry McLaurin. His 3-point game, his 8-point game, his 9-point game, his 9-point game, his 5-point game. We're doing the same thing. They're the same player. I would rather be attached to Russell Wilson, even though I don't think he's that great, instead of Sam Howell. That's right now. That's all I'm good. That's all I got to go off of. That's the honest truth.
All right. Well, then now can I do my job?
You can do whatever you want.
And I will let you know that Terry McLaurin's going to his 5th season on his 10th quarterback. 10th quarterback.
Terrible.
And you've already said that he's already had 3 1,100-yard seasons in a row. 3 out of 4, by the way, with those quarterbacks.
1,000-yard season. Only 2 or 1,100.
Okay, only 2. Okay, only 2. All right.
Right.
But the fact is, he did it. He did it multiple times, and he does it multiple times. Where Jerry Jeudy has done 0 in his career, and we're banking on a Sean Payton resurgence. We're banking on Russell Wilson.
Oh, I forgot about Sean Payton. Oh, I want Jeudy all day. Easy. Game over.
See?
Game over.
See?
That's all I need. You give me Sean Payton and Russell Wilson versus Sam Howell, and I don't even know who's the coordinator in Washington. Go ahead. I'll bet you. You want to take a bet? I'll bet you. Jeudy has more fantasy points than McLaurin at the end of the season. What do you want to bet?
So you're not afraid of? Didn't Eric Bieniemy go over there to?
The guy that can't get a head coaching job because he left Kansas City.
But you said
I'm not worried about him.
You said you don't care.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. At all. because everybody knows who runs the show in KC. It's Andy Reid and it's Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
I could look good as offensive coordinator.
Let me ask you this too. You said Sean Payton's is coming to town, yada yada yada. But is there a Drew Brees coming with Sean Payton? Do we have him attached to this deal?
I don't need that. I need Sean Payton's mind.
You want dangerous. You want Mr. Dangerous.
And I got dangerous. That's all I need.
You want guy doing fucking lunges in the,
airplane. You know what I don't have? Sam Howell. That's who I don't have. So I'm good either way.
No, you're right. But the point is, it doesn't matter if it's Sam Howell. It don't matter. I'll go down the whole list.
Go ahead.
It don't matter if it's Kyle Allen
and Eric Bieniemy. You can have them both.
Don't matter if it's Kyle Allen, Garrett Gilbert, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Dwayne Haskins, Tyler Heineke, Case Keenum, Colt McCoy, Carson Wentz, Sam Howell. It don't matter.
Okay.
He just puts up numbers.
He's a
sneaky deep threat
player.
So
this should be an easy bet for you. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm taking Jerry. I'm taking Terry all day.
Okay, so what are we betting?
Why do we get a bet?
What's the bet?
You have. Okay, you know what? We'll talk off. You know what? We'll bet. We'll make a gentleman's bet. I don't know what we're gonna bet, but we'll figure it out sometime.
I'll forget this. It doesn't really matter. I would easily take Judy. I don't think
Dave's gonna lose that bet.
I would take Judy over McLaurin because of the surrounding cast. Yes.
Surrounding cast.
Yes.
So you're not afraid, and I'm just asking this because we have Jahan Dotson over here with the Terry McLaurin paired, but are you not afraid of a Cortland Sutton resurgence? Like, he was better last year than Jerry Jeudy was. That's just a fact. I watched football, so did you. Cortland Sutton was just a better football player. Jerry Jeudy was almost a non-factor majority of the games. Terry McLaurin is a sneaky deep threat and a big playmaker. We have never seen Jerry Jeudy, at least I haven't seen Jerry Jeudy with the ball in his hand and actually make a play or make someone miss or do anything. Terry McLaurin had a deep 15.5 yards per catch, which was 11th in the NFL. Nobody understands that.
You're telling me
29 deep targets last season,
829 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He was better.
Outperformed Jerry Jeudy, who had almost 1,000.
Like I said, take that bull spit game away where
now we're taking games away.
I'm not taking games away.
Don't count.
But I'm just saying
that he's
nothing.
The guy that scored 2 touchdowns outperformed Jerry Jeudy all season, right? That's what you're telling me. At least get it right. If you could, I knew I was wrong. That's why I had to look you up and call you out because I knew you were wrong on that. That was easy. Very easy.
Let me ask you.
Judy's the number 1 receiver there. He's the better receiver.
Terry's the number 1 receiver. Terry's the number 1 receiver.
Okay, I'm not comparing anybody to him. I'm not saying, Jahan Dotson outperformed him like you're trying to say Sutton did, which was not true at all.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, Sutton is going to be a factor there. He is.
That's fine. You got to have
he's a better receiver, whereas Jahan Dotson has not proven that he's a better target and a number 1 target.
First of all, I actually do think I don't think better because I think McLaurin's a really good player, but I think Dotson's really good also. That doesn't matter if you're good enough, you're gonna get the targets anyways. 2, Sutton's clearly slowed down. Since he had that blew out his knee, he's not as good as he was. All of that, it doesn't. They also drafted a guy. Who knows if he's going to be any good or not? I don't know. I just think Jeudy is the better player of the 2, and honestly, I think that's easily to say. I'm talking about between Sutton and Jeudy.
We hear people saying Tim Patrick's better than Jerry Jeudy, and we have heard that from many people.
I mean, there's lots of idiots out there, so that doesn't surprise me.
That's true. You're one of them, and so am I. But
I'm definitely one of them.
But I think this is that's why it's so close. Like, and we're going to see as the season goes on, some of these ADPs are going to drop, some are going to rise. I think McLaurin at 26. I mean, that's the point. Your draft him as a wide receiver 3 when he's clearly someone better than that. He's been proven year after year that he's better than a wide receiver 3. Whereas you're drafting Jeudy, yes, he has. Dave, he has proven that year after year. Yes, Dave. Just because he's in Washington where nobody watches, like some kind of black hole over there in the DC area. Just because you don't watch doesn't mean he's not making plays out there. He is. He's making plays nonstop. I mean, the deep targets don't lie. 4th in the NFL, like he's their number 1 deep shot. Whereas Jerry Jeudy is not their number 1 deep shot. If they're going deep, they're going somewhere else. They're not going Jerry Jeudy. And then in the red zone, and you're talking about touchdowns. You're talking about touchdowns. Sure, talk touchdowns all you want. They both had the same amount. 5 last year for Terry, 6 for Jeudy. I looked that up. In the year before, Jeudy had big fat 0. You know,
he was terrible 2 years ago.
How many seasons? Right. How many seasons has Terry McLaurin had a big fat 0? How many?
Okay, now you're going. You know who else was good 3 years ago? Michael Thomas. That's who else was good 3 years ago.
And I just want to say this. I want to end on this.
What did I tell you? Listen,
I'm gonna end on this.
Future projections.
I'm gonna end on this.
You can end it. I'm
Terry
not ready
McLaurin's worst year is better than Jerry Jeudy's best year.
Hold on,
That's
I'm
a
about
fact.
to fact check you again.
Don't fact check me.
That's not true. You're wrong. You're wrong.
His rookie season where he was a nobody was better than Jerry Jeudy.
Don't lie. That's all I'm saying. Don't lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's all I'm saying.
Ding, ding, ding. Winner goes to this guy. I'm taking that one. I'm taking
you can
that
have
one.
whatever you want. It doesn't matter because I'm still right and you're wrong.
I mean, come on. We have to make it 1-1 to go into the main event. The last one.
Go ahead.
The rubber match. This is a kind of like the biggest one.
First of all, we both agree on this one.
I don't know. I don't know if we agree on this one.
Yes, we do. We've already talked about it. But okay.
I don't know if we talked about this or not. I don't know what you're talking about. So we're going
to
the
running back. Do I need to show the fruit? Do I need to show the receipts?
You don't need to show any receipts, Dave. Dave, can we stop? I mean, when I'm watching wrestling right now, they're not coming out and go, "Hey guys, I'm gonna pin this guy and I'm gonna beat him up." We already talked about it before the show. But
that's how it works. That's how it works.
I mean, come on, Dave. We're trying to put on fucking Dave.
Listen, Jonathan Taylor or Saquon Barkley. I'm gonna let you go first this time.
Okay,
you go first.
So we didn't tell anyone. So the last debate is the running back position. Saquon Barkley going 4th overall at the running back position, and Jonathan Taylor going 5. What a year can do to you in fantasy football, especially at the running back position. Jonathan Taylor was the consensus number 1 last year for everyone except for me at CMC. Jonathan Taylor was the number 1 dynasty asset for like a cup of coffee. That was it. I wasn't in his rookie season. I took CEH over him stupidly. That was a mistake, of course. But things haven't changed. I'm still taking Saquon Barkley over Jonathan Taylor. And I don't know what you're talking about of where my loyalty lies. I'm taking Saquon all day in this situation in 2023. Last year I did not. The year before I did not. I was a Saquon hater. I have turned my life around. I am a Saquon believer. I'm all in on Saquon. Marco would be super happy about this. I think Saquon Barkley, the real Saquon, showed up last year. 1,600 yards total, 57 receptions, which is on the low side for him. We want to get that bumped up. It should go up, especially with a healthy Daniel Jones. That offense getting one more year under that new system. I think it's going to be phenomenal for Saquon Barkley. He played 16 games last year. We didn't think that was going to happen. Nobody thought that was going to happen. First time in about 2 years that happened. He was explosive. He was a player we thought he was going to be. This might be his last hoorah. This might be his last, like, F you. I'm going to go get my money. Someone's going to have to pay me. So let me just run, make as many plays as I can. We see this with running backs all the time. See Josh Jacobs last year. He had 18 breakaway runs last year, 2nd overall. He was 5th in yards created, which tells me he's back, which tells me he is back to who he was. 86 evaded tackles last year, 6. Top 5 in all kind of statistics for the running back position. I don't know what else Saquon could do to make you a believer that Jonathan Taylor is just not that talent, not on his talent level. He's just not. Saquon's just above here. Jonathan Taylor's kind of down here. Maybe it's the youth for you. What is it? Because that offense isn't better over there in Indianapolis. They got a rookie quarterback that has no idea probably what how to handle things. Daniel Jones is finally grasping the NFL offense, grasping how to win a playoff game, grasping how to run an offense. All signs lead to Saquon here. I'm okay with this. Go ahead.
Okay. It's hard to back Taylor because his stats were so bad last year. He was hurt so much.
And his rookie season.
His rookie season was awesome.
He had a lot of 26 carries for 56 yards.
I don't care about
that. Which I do because it's a trend. Which last year his run stuffed was at a high 19%, which is going to happen when 19. That means 19% of his rushes for Jonathan Taylor were getting stuffed in the backfield.
But
which
that's
happens
not always his fault. Dalvin Cook gets hit a lot in the backfield because the offensive line is goddamn awful.
I know it's not his fault, but when you're taking teams and offensive line, and are the Colts ever going to be up in game? Is it going to be positive game scripts? That's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the running back position. And for a player who doesn't catch the ball, for a player who's not going to be in a lot of positive game scripts, from a player who needs volume to be good, which he does need volume to be good. We've seen this. He needs touchdowns. He's like a mini Derrick Henry. That's why I'm taking Saquon, because he can't be game scripted out of any game.
If there was quite a few games that he was not good in the second half of the season, he was not good. There's 3 games we had less than 10 fantasy points. He was really bad. In the first half of the season, first 10 weeks, he was RB3. The second 6 or 7 games, whatever it was, he was the RB10. So not a huge difference. He was still very good for you. But he had 3 really bad games out of the 7. We know that. Jonathan Taylor he missed too many games to go over his overall season. He just didn't play enough. But there was a decent stretch in there from weeks 10 through 13 where he had 4 weeks. It's only a month. Like, that's the thing, is he didn't play enough. But there was a month where he was the RB3 overall. And that's the guy I think is, assuming he's healthy and he's getting the touches, because you're right, they don't have a lot of options there. Pittman is a good player. They're going to have a new quarterback. So what they should do, hopefully, will be run Jonathan Taylor a lot, because he is the best player on that offense. And that's going to help Anthony Richardson, assuming he's the starter, which I think we all think eventually is going to happen anyways. So I'm taking the younger guy, the fresher legs. Saquon has looked slower in the second half of the year. He still caught a lot of balls and scored touchdowns, so that helped out for his fantasy. And that's what you want anyway. So I'm not going to downgrade him for that like some people do. Like, oh, he had 20 carries for 50 yards. I don't care. He still scored touchdowns and he still catch passes. That's all I care about. If I'm going to take one or the other in the draft, it's going to be Jonathan Taylor. But it's real close, because I do think Saquon's right after him. And I just think I'd rather have the younger guy over the older guy. I mean, that's all it really comes down to. That's just what I think.
That is big. Youth is huge. And I definitely get it. I totally, especially in this position, because you're here today, gone tomorrow. But Saquon's just a different cat. He's on that CMC level. He's on that Austin Eckler. He's on that Austin Eckler level, as in they are the main show in town. Where Jonathan Taylor is the main show in town too. But the difference between like a Eckler or a CMC or even a Saquon is they all get more receptions than Taylor gets targets. And we all know targets are king in the running back world. A target's worth more than a carry, period. So my point is, if you're not getting targeted and you have an inaccurate quarterback that's going to hold on to the ball too long, that's what I'm worried about with Jonathan Taylor. Plus, how many times are they going to make it to the red zone? How many times are they going to be at the goal line? How many times are they actually going to be in a scoring position? Whereas the New York Giants, they're going to be competitive. They just are. They were last year. And like I said, even if they weren't, Daniel Jones is smart enough to know, hey, all I have to do is dump it down 3 yards to Saquon, and he can get me an easy 7 yards.
Whereas Anthony Richardson's really good, and they're all of a sudden good, and they're on the goal line all the time.
That'd be phenomenal. We're all rooting for that. We all want players to be awesome. I'm rooting for that as well. But the reality is, and you know this, he's not ready, and he won't be ready. And when will he be ready? Will it be too late? Will the Colts be good by the time you're already 0-6 because you wasted your first round pick on Jonathan Taylor?
I think if Jonathan Taylor is healthy and he's not missing games like he did last year, he's not going to kill you that much. But you're right. Last year, he wasn't good at the first couple games when he was there. So we'll see.
And he kind of killed you. We all know you have to nail your first round pick. And these two running backs are in the running of being a first round pick. This year, I feel like the fantasy industry has gone from some people played zero running back to a good chunk of people did zero running back to now everyone's doing zero running back. If you look at any kind of ADP, especially on underdog drafts right now, it's Jefferson, Chase, Adams, Kupp. It's receiver heavy, and then you throw in a Kelsey, and you'll get Jonathan Taylor like pick 11 in the first round.
Dude, if I'm sitting at 11 or 12 and I can get JT or Saquon or both, and then I can just load up on receivers later, bring it on. Let's go.
I've been cleaning up in underdog drafts because of that. I love it. I've been taking nothing but JT and Saquon in the later rounds.
Did you see my first in our draft that we're doing? I took 3 running backs to start, and that was not my plan. I got Bijan first, Derrick Henry in the second, and then Breece Hall in the third.
Yeah.
And then I'm just drafting receivers and stuff later. Like at that point, I got 3 studs.
When everyone zigs, you zag.
I know.
Everyone's going wide zero, running back. So the new trend will be eventually, hey, jump on these running backs early. So the smarter, intelligent people will jump on those running backs in redraft formats. I just want to be clear, in redraft formats, not in dynasty. I'd still prefer the receiver early. But these are the kind of players you're getting in the late first round, which is normally, I'm sure Bobby's in the background. Going, what's going on, man? In my drafts, everyone takes running backs. That's just the way we've shifted to receiver heavy leagues. But
why'd you give me that voice though?
Because that's just my voice of like guy. I do that. That's just a guy voice. I mean, if I was doing dumb guy voice, I would try to sound like Dave, but I can't do that impression.
You're not that smart.
Oh man, but hey, that's it for the show, man. Quick and simple, 3-player debates. Let us know who you think won. Yep, simple. It's the S, Dave. Believe that for me, please. No, but yeah, that's the 3 debates. Let us know who you think won. Let us know in the comments. Go to YouTube, youtube.com. Look up Fins Talk Sports Network. Find us on Twitter at the Fins Talk Sports Network, or is it Fins Talk Sports Network? Yep. At Josh Kimmel OUS, at Viking Dave 18. I will be back on this network Friday night. What the puck? We'll be talking.
We're talking about how the Panthers got swept.
We might be talking about a sweep. We might be talking about a sweep. Dave, I would love you to come on. It's really fun to talk hockey.
I will try again, but it just depends on what I have going on.
We really want the Panthers to at least make it a series because it's been embarrassing.
I would like for them to keep it close, but
yeah, I mean, I want to see more. More hockey is good. More hockey, more fantasy football, more everything.
At least Miami has the heat to try to hang in there with. We'll see.
Yep. And catch us next week as we introduce the brand new contributor, member, co-host of Once Upon a Sunday. Not going to give it out yet. Dave knows who it is. Bobby knows who it is. It's going to be a fun time. He might keep us in line, like he brings the stats, we bring the funny. It's going to be a great dynamic. We'll catch you next week. Bobby, can you play our music? Oh.